So students, what we were talking about scope and excitement of physics. As is written on the board, the study of physics is quite interesting and exciting. Nothing is in it. In physics, we come across a wide range. We come across wide ranges of mass, time and length. And example, look here. The size of universe is 10 to the power 26 meter. It is a very large number. So size of universe and mass of 10 to the power 55 kg. Without this, come to the another mass of electron 10 to the power opposite of it 10 to the power 55, and it is 10 to the power minus 30 kg. So difference between them is approx 10 to the power 85. How interesting it is. It is very surprising that one side the minimum unit electron and the maximum unit universe, and there is big difference 10 to the power 580 kg. Both are means mass of universe is approx 10 to the power 85 times of mass of electron. So these predictions may to the physics very quite interesting. But in spite of these ranges, order of these physical quantities, how it is possible to understand visually, as I told you by the example. So physics is very, this is the reason that physics is very exciting. This is the reason only. Now, what is the role of physics in society? Now we will study role of physics in our society. I am going to explain it. Role of physics in our society. I will explain it with the help of some examples in very brief. First, in daily life we use cooler, fan, AC, bike and mobile. You are getting the education nowadays with the help of technology, which mobile, by Zoom app, Zoom classes, and it is discovery of physics, of science. So role of physics in our daily life is very important, and this physics makes our life very easy and comfortable. In ancient days, we were unable to preserve the things, and now we have many more equipment and devices to preserve the things. That is why the physics is deeply related and entering in society. It have a great impact on our daily life. There are many discoveries. A table is given in your book. Table in book is given, in which some scientists and their discoveries are given with name of the country, how they contribute to the physics. So physics, technology, society, there is a compact relation between all these. Sometimes what happens? Sometimes technology give birth to new physics, and sometimes physics give birth to new technology. So both are related to each other. There are many examples. One is on the basis of radio waves, wireless, radar, television are working. They are working on this. Another is on the basis of electromagnetic induction. Electric generator are working. Here also are working. Thus we can see that both are interrelated to each other and society is getting a benefit. Many more other examples are here, just like gravitational forces and nuclear fission. Another example, nuclear fission. It gives us a reactor, nuclear reactor. Nowadays it is generating a large amount of energy and we are getting benefit in our daily life. Now the next topic is fundamental forces. Fundamental forces in nature. In our next video we will discuss about fundamental forces in nature and law of conservations. So 11th physics and chapter 1. We will discuss now fundamental forces in nature. Nature में fundamental forces कौन से होते हैं इसको discuss करेंगे. So here are 4 fundamental forces in nature. First, gravitational. Second, electromagnetic. Third, strong nuclear. And fourth, weak nuclear. As you can see on the board. First is gravitational force. Gravitational force is always act between two mass particles, between mass bodies. Suppose we have two mass bodies m1 and m2 and distance between them is r. So according to Newton, the force between two mass bodies is directly proportional to the masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the mass particles. If the distance between mass particle increases, then force between them rapidly decreases. And direction of this force is always along the line joining the masses. Direction of this force acting on m1 or acting on m2 is always along the line joining the mass particles. So because it act on the center of the mass particle or the mass bodies, so it is a central force. It is a central force. Why it is a central force? Because it always act center to center, from one center towards another center, second center towards first center, and both the forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction and obeys to the third law of Newton, action reaction. So a proportional this, and we use a constant g. It is called universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational. Universal means it do not depend on temperature, pressure, place or anything. Its value is constant everywhere in the universe. So it is a universal constant, and its numerical value is 6.67 10 to the power minus 11, and unit is Newton meter square per kg square. From here, G, Newton into distance square means meter square upon kg and kg. It is the unit. Now properties. What are the basic and important properties of gravitational force acting between two mass particles? First, gravitational force is the weakest force in nature. In all of the forces, it is the weakest. And this force is always of attractive in nature. Always of attraction. M1 always attract to M2 and M2 will always attract to M1. Means in universe always mass bodies attract to one another. So it is always attractive. Third is central force. As I told you earlier that it always act along the line joining the center of the mass, bodies or particles. So it is a central force. Medium independent. This force does not depend on the medium between the mass particles, whether it is air, whether it is vacuum, whether it is water, anything. So it does not depend on medium, and it is conservative. What is the meaning of this conservative in nature? The work done by gravitational force does not depend on path. When work done by force does not depend on path, then force is known as conservative. So it is conservative, central, weakest, and always of attraction and independent on medium. It is long range. Example, between earth and sun, gravitational force is working, so it is a very long range force. How it is created or developed or produced? When two particles exchange a new particle named graviton, then this force comes into play. So graviton particle is responsible for the gravitational forces. It is believed that when two mass bodies come closer, then attraction force increases due to the number of graviton particle exchanges rapidly. The second force is electromagnetic force. What is this? Again, it acts between two charge Q1 and Q2, suppose as shown in diagram. So this force is electrostatic force, is directly proportional to the product of charges, magnitude of charges. If they are doubled, force will double. If both are doubled, then force will become 4 times. If Q1 becomes 2 times, force 2 times. If Q2 only becomes 2 times, force becomes 2 times. If both 2 times, then force will become 4 times. And inversely proportional to the square of the distance between charges. So we can say that this force obeys inverse square law. Inverse and square law. So point 6 is automatically is clear that electrostatic force always obey inverse square law. Although gravitational force is also inverse square law. Like this, it is a long range gravitational, it is also very long range force. Second, it is attractive and repulsive both. It means charges are of 2 types. It is always attractive, means mass is of 1 type, and it is repulsive as well as attractive. So charges are of 2 types, positive and negative. If both charges are positive, force will be repulsive. If both are negative, force will be repulsive. If one is positive, another is negative, then force will be of attractive. It is also central force. It always acts to the center, along the center, along the line joining the center of the charges. It always acts. And it is medium dependent. If here are air, then force, air or vacuum, then force will be more active or larger in magnitude. And if between the charges here is any insulating medium called dielectric, just like rubber, etc., then what will happen? If dielectric is filled between the charges, then force will decrease. So it is maximum when there is air or vacuum between the charges. So it will depend on medium dependent. Conservative force means work done by electrostatic force does not depend on path. Long range discussed earlier, obeys inverse law. And why it is produced, how it is produced comes into play. It is believed that when both the charged particle or charged bodies exchange photon particles, then this force comes into play. And here we use a constant 1/4 pi epsilon naught, and its numerical value is 9 × 10⁹, and unit is Newton meter square upon Coulomb square. Is that clear? These are the two important forces. We will study this force deeply and widely in chapter number 7, and we will study electromagnetic force in class 12th very widely. So now two topics are here. One is fundamental forces in nature, remaining part, and the another is nature of physical laws. The third force is strong nuclear force. This force hold the proton and neutron in nucleus. This force hold the proton and neutron inside a nucleus. So proton and neutron both combinedly are known as nucleons. So which force always bind the proton and neutron in nucleus is called strong nuclear force, and it is always attractive, always attract to proton neutron, and it is very short range, always comes into play or act only within nucleus. 100 times stronger than electromagnetic. It is not a central, it is non-central and does not obey inverse square law, this force. And it comes into play due to exchange of pi mesons, new type of mesons, 3 types of mesons between nucleons. Positive pi meson, negative pi meson and neutral. Positive, negative and neutral pi mesons. 3 types are. Note, nowadays according to latest researches, it is believed that electron, proton and neutrons, means nucleon as well as the electrons, are formed by quarks. Here are 6 type of quarks. Up quark 1, second down, third strange, fourth charm, fifth top, sixth bottom. U means up, D for down, S for strange, C for charm, T for top and D for bottom. So down and bottom both are same, and up or top both are same, and strange and charms sometimes they are comes into play. And the charge of up is +2/3 of electron, and at down or bottom -1/3 of electron. In the next class we will discuss, means in class 12 we will discuss the formation of electron, proton and neutron. Next topic is weak nuclear forces, number 4th force, fundamental force. It act between elementary particles. Which elementary particles means like electron or alpha or beta or neutrino or antineutrino during radioactive decay of radioactive substance. So force between elementary particles, from where they have to come, they are emitted during radioactive decay of a substance. Out of substance, radioactive substance like uranium, thorium, plutonium, etc. Example, during beta decay, when beta decay occurs or beta decay take place, the force between electron, means emitted couple, electron say beta and neutrino, which is neutral particle, is a very weak nuclear force, and its range is approx 10 to the power -18 meter only. The rest of the properties are just like this. The last topic of chapter 1 of class 11th, physical world. The last topic is nature of physical law. Various phenomena occurring in nature are explained on the basis of certain laws. We can explain all the phenomena which are happening in the nature on the certain laws, and these laws are expressed in terms of some quantities. These quantities are charge, mass, energy, momentum, linear and angular. So all the phenomena in nature are based on conservation of these quantities. How these? If no external force act, then these quantity remains constant with time. As well as time passes, the quantity remains constant. So related law which governs this phenomena, the law which governs these phenomena is known as conservation laws. Means if during governing of phenomena the charge remains constant, then we will say law of conservation of charge. If mass remains constant, law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of. So these are the all topics of the first chapter, and first chapter is completed. Now in next video we will discuss second chapter. Thank you.